11th house, and Jupiter aligns with Mars. Then I will reveal Zodiac Academy, and terrible writing will fill the stars. Hi, hello, how's it going? It's Lo. No beer today, just tea. You might realize that the camera angle looks a bit different. That's because I still haven't bought a new tripod, and that's the best that I could come up with. Cheers. I do think it looks a little bit better though. It doesn't show my chin as much. I don't want to do anything to my face, but the chin thing, yeah, that is tempting. Anyway, I continue on my quest to answer the question, are the TikTok girlies alright? And to do that today, we're going to review Zodiac Academy. Yes, Zodiac Academy, the book that spurred the debate, should we be able to zero-star a book? I'm not sure if we should be able to zero-star a book, but this one? Oh shit, that's hot. Ooh. This is why I'm not a TikToker. It's too much toxic positivity for me, I would say. Because my answer to this question is giving a book 0 stars. If giving a book 0 stars is bullying, what the fuck should we call all the instances of abuse on Zodiac Academy? A crime? If telling people that a book is shit makes me a bully, then I'm a bully, I suppose. And I think we wouldn't be in this mess if some of these TikTok authors have been bullied a little bit more. That's my opinion, so sue me. Anyway, Zodiac Academy is the latest TikTok darling book that I made the mistake of reading. And oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's look at the synopsis, shall we? Now, there's 2 synopses, one on Goodreads and the other one on Amazon. I'm reading the one on Amazon because let's read together, shall we? I'm a Gemini, impulsive, curious, headstrong, a twin, heir to a throne I know nothing about, and it turns out I'm Fae. But of course there's a catch. All I have to do to claim my birthright is prove that I'm the most powerful supernatural in the whole of Solaria. And sure, technically that's true, as I'm the daughter of the Savage King. But the bit that they didn't put in the brochure was that every single Fae in this kingdom would claim my throne if they could. The school they sent me to is both dangerous as shit and one hell of a party. Vampires bite weaker students in corridors. The werewolf pack has orgies in the Wailing Wood at every full moon. And I don't even get me started on the dark and twisted ways the sirens use their powers on people's emotions, on how my sinfully tempting cardinal magic teacher holds the tensions that leave people needing therapy. Classes are totally interesting if you manage to live through them. And that Gemini star sign that I mentioned, it now determines my elemental magic and affects my destiny. So learning astrology is essential if I'm going to beat down my classmates, which is actively encouraged, by the way. My biggest problem is the drool-worthy dragon shifter who has his eyes on my throne. He and his 3 psycho friends are determined to make my time here hell. All I've got to do is survive. But fate might have other ideas. Damn it, why couldn't I have gotten a letter to Hogwarts? This is a dark bully romance. Don't go expecting a sweet school for magic with friends around every corner. Fae fight for everything they own, and Zodiac Academy is a cutthroat school for students aged 18 plus where only the strongest prevail. There is no Dumbledore here to save anyone's ass, and Lionel Acrux will give Voldemort a run for his money in the evil dictator category. So hold on to your stardust, broomsticks not required, and get ready for a bumpy ride. There is a lot to unpack here, but what I propose is that we burn the whole suitcase instead. Where do I even begin with this? First things first, this is the best that the author's writing is going to get. The book is just spelling mistake after spelling mistake after punctuation mistake. And like, English is my second language, right? If the grammar manages to annoy me, whose grammar in English is not that good, you know there is a big issue in the book, right? Editors? None. Editors in this book are whisked away from the plane of existence, like the star sign of Leo on the front cover. But we're gonna get there. The second thing, look, this is a public cervix. Bro, what the fuck? This is a public service announcement, not a public cervix announcement. I am so sorry about that. A public service announcement. So come closer. No, a little bit more close. Closer still. Thank you, Editing Lou. Here's my message for you all today. My fellow millennials, my loves, my sweet pies, we have got to let Harry Potter die. Not only because J.K. Rowling is a transphobic piece of shit, but because basing your entire personality on a middle grade book that came out 20 years ago is just very concerning. You're an adult. Harry Potter isn't even that good. It just played on this primal need that we have when we're like in our teens to be special and to pretend that there is more to life than, you know, dealing with our parents' divorce or dealing with grandma breaking her hip. It's just like we wanted escapism and Harry Potter provided that. It sucked. It sucks. And it sucks that now Harry Potter and everything that was associated with good memories and good times when you were a kid is now perpetually tainted by the insanity that became J.K. Rowling. And I'm so sorry about that. I also suffered with this. But bro, we have to let it go. We have to grow up. We have to let this thing go. It's enough. It's been 20 years. We can get over it. Like, it's not good enough for us to be obsessed with it for 20 years. Still to this day, people with Hogwarts houses on their bios. Millennials. We have kids. Not me, thank God. The only thing that I have is a cat. But some of us have kids. We have to let this thing go because if we don't, the things that happen are things like ZODIAC Academy that get pitched like sexy Harry Potter. That's the last fucking thing that I wanted to see as a pitch. Like, it's like everyone is just insisting to fit in pants that they wore in middle grade. Like, everyone is still holding on very tightly to that one Gap sweatshirt, and everyone is like, please, this sweatshirt is falling apart. Please stop. Please stop. Don't do that. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. But no, you guys are not letting go. You're insisting on fitting on things that do not fit you anymore. And that's the relationship of the majority of you with Harry Potter. We have to let it die. The boy who lives has got to die. Please, let's collectively let that story fade into oblivion. Please. With that out of the way, let's talk about this book. In ZODIAC Academy, we follow twins Tori Vega, not that Tori, You're thinking Victorious. We're talking about Astrology, my immortal here, okay? Tori Vega and Darcy Vega. And they were living a very rough life in Chicago. And then this mysterious man who's very hot comes to them and is like, hey, you guys are fae, and you're also the heirs for a major kingdom. So let's go to a school. Their immediate reaction is not, what the fuck, or I just have about a bazillion questions to ask you. Their reaction is pretty much, yeah, dope, and they go. Questions? None answered. But I have many questions. The first one is, in this scenario, if this is sexy Harry Potter, in this scenario, is the hot professor guy Orion supposed to be Hagrid? And if so, am I supposed to be thirsting for Hagrid in this book? Are the authors somehow thirsting for Hagrid? Is this book just Hagrid Hermione fanfic? Oh no. Ooh, no. I can't even say it. I can't even speak it. This is unspeakable. I have full body shivers. Oh my god. Ooh, no. Nope. Anyway, moving on. Nope. So they go to this school, and they get relentlessly bullied by everyone in this school, especially by these 4 dudes who want to have their thrones. And then nothing else happens because that's the plot. This book is just hundreds of pages worth of these 2 girls being bullied to the point of assault and harassment. Like, there's only one person who offered. No, wait. There's two people who offer them like some type of kindness. One is called Sophia, and the other one's called Diego. Which, let's talk about the Diego, because this starts on my problems with the world building of Zodiac Academy. The main one being that there isn't one, right? Because let's look at this part right here, which is ¿Qué pasa, amigas? I turned at the male voice, finding one of the air pledges, dropping down to sit at the desk on my other side. I vaguely remembered him from last night. He wore a black beanie hat with a white cross on it, his dark hair curling out from beneath it. He had a kind face, his skin deeply tanned but his eyes unusually blue. He raised a dark brow at me as I gave him a blank look. Oh, sorry, I thought you guys spoke Spanish, he gestured at us in general. Our Latino looks had served us more than one occasion like this, but I was surprised to find it happening in a completely different world to ours. If I raise my arms, would you take me faster, Lord? No, wait, don't move on. There's more. Are you from the, mortal world? I asked, feeling strange referring to Earth as that. He stared at me for a second and then burst out laughing. No, Solaria is a mirror world. The same but different. Claro? So you've never learned our beautiful language? Listen, I I just have I just have so many questions. I just have so many questions. If this is a mirror world, I don't even know where to begin with this. The first things first, ¿Qué pasa, chicas? ¿Qué pasa, amigas? Is this the is this it? Is this the Latino representation? Our Latino looks has served us more than one occasion as this? Like, just drop that they're Latinas and then no one else ever speaks about it ever again. It's that it. It's that's it. There's nothing about this world building that makes any cohesive sense. If this world is a mirror, then are there countries? Why is this world only controlled by one country? At which point would vernacular Latin degrade into Spanish? And at which point would that be spread to the world via colonization? I just have so many questions about how Spanish came to be in this world. None of them are answered, ever. And between this book and Lightlark, this has been a terrible year for me as a Latina. And it's January. Also, this random Spanish speaking, like these random Spanish words, continue throughout the book. And it's just like, why? I have many questions about Zodiac Academy, but most of them can be summarized in why would you do that? Sophia is irrelevant. No one really cares about Sophia. Not even Sophia cares about Sophia, so I'm not going to talk about her. But Diego struck me as weird because ¿Qué pasa, amigas? Some people also told me that this is almost like Winx Club fanfiction, and basically what I take from that is that Zodiac Academy dares to ask the question, what if Winx Club had sexual harassment in it? And the answer is, please God, no. Also, for a book about the Zodiac, hence the title, the authors know very little about astrology at all. Beginning with the cover, because look at this. So there is an order to the constellations in the sky, and that order will define the order of signs of the zodiac. So first is Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Then you have Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. And then you have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So that's the order. It always begins with Aries, always ends in Pisces. There is a reason for that. Aries is always the first, and that has a lot to do with Aries as a star sign, and Pisces is always the last. That also has to do with Pisces as a star sign. So there is a lot that goes into astrology, which they did not know. And they did not know. And the reason why I know that they did not know begins with the cover, because look at this. So as you can see, there is an order of signs, okay? The order is wrong. It doesn't begin with Gemini. So it's, as we've mentioned, it begins with Aries. So let's start there, okay? Second thing, Do you see that there are some symbols here around the circle? Each of one of these symbols represents a star sign. You know what? Holding this is very complicated. I'm just gonna pull it up. Starting from this point right here. Okay, we have Aries, we're supposed to have Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. That's the order that it's supposed to go. I don't know why I even like I don't know why I even try. I don't know why I even try. At this point, I could literally put up fan fiction on Kindle Unlimited, and I bet my ass that the TikTok girlies would be obsessed with it. And I'm not mean to brag or anything, but I'm really good as a fanfiction writer, okay? Okay. So the order is wrong, and it continues to be wrong in every single book. So we're already off to an auspicious start, right? But there's also some other moments in the book where I'm also like, well, this is not how astrology works. Example, you're both Gemini, he stated, hot-headed, since the coercion I've used on you to keep all this running smoothly. Well, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Geminis aren't the hot-headed ones. That's Aries. That's 2 star signs before. That's me, by the way. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. Geminis are communicative. They ask many questions. They're curious, inquisitive. Things that they're both not in this at all, by the way. But this also highlights just how little they know or care about astrology, because this information is so fucking easy to find online. And they didn't do the bare minimum of research. It's like... Also, remember when the synopsis said that they actually had to learn astrology to control their powers? Yeah, so that's a lie. Astrology plays no part in this. And there are points in this book where it would make sense that it would be used, but it's not, because here's the thing. Astrology is not just your sun sign. Astrology, like a proper astrologer, would do your entire birth chart. So a birth chart is a snapshot of the sky the moment that you were born. And that is supposed to tell you things about your personality, if you believe in astrology, that is. A sun in Gemini means one thing, but a Venus in Gemini means something else. There's this whole shit about the elements and stuff in this book. It's more like of elemental magic than properly something about star signs. There's a whole thing about how they can control the 4 elements and stuff, and how special they are because most people can only control one. And if you know astrology, you know that that's kind of bullshit, because everyone has a little bit of each element in their star sign, in their birth chart. Like, my birth chart is fire, 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 air, fire. But even then, we have air, earth, and at the tail end we have water, because the way that it works, it's almost impossible for you to not have a little bit of each element in your birth chart. And so the way that it would make more sense, it would be like the elements were made it so that you were proficient at the element that you had more. So if you had more fire in your star sign, then in your birth chart, then you would have more control over fire. Same thing with water, same thing with air, etc, etc, etc. And then these 2 girls would be special because they have the exact same amount of water, air, earth, and fire in their map, which means that they can control every element equally, and they're equally as good in every one of them. And so they're super powerful because of the transits of their birth chart. See, now we have a plot. It took me no time for us to come up with a plot. This book does not have a plot. It does not have a plot. No plot could be found in reading of this book. It's just scene after scene after scene of the stupidest bullying scenes available, with characters that are like, you know when a child draws a human? You know when a child draws a human? Yeah. So, you know that that's a human, right? But that's not a realistic human. There's a vague shape of a human. That's what the characters feel like in this book. I am aware that they are characters, but I only know that they are characters because I was told so. Because they seem like walking, talking tropes. There's just tropes, and like there's the mean boys, there's the mean girls, the stupid girls. It's all just a collection of tropes rather than cohesive cohort of characters. And look, we have like two discussions to be had here, okay? The first one is that should books that touch taboo topics be automatically given 0 stars because of the topic that they talk about? My answer to this is no. There's a niche of bully romances out there that people happen to like. And do I like that? I do not. As a person who was bullied, I don't particularly enjoy being remembered of the time that I was bullied. Because unlike every other fantasy romance and romance bully stuff book, my bullies weren't in love with me. I was just autistic. I swear to God, it's been like so harrowing to try to get my official document saying that I'm autistic. It's been so troublesome. And I'm like, why do I need two neurologists to say something that at 6 year old all of my bullies were aware of? Anyway. But then again, as I always say, I'm not here to kink shame. If it floats your boat and it's properly tagged, I'm not here to investigate why you want to read this. I might tell you to go seek a therapist because some things are like too much. I think we should be careful when saying that certain things should never be written or should never be discussed. Because when you say that, we can lead to situations such as people saying that Juniper and Thorn by Eva Reed is glorifying abuse and glorifying incest when Eva Reed themselves are an incest abuse survivor. And so they have a right to explore that in that writing, but they did it properly. And there's a proper way for you to talk about topics that are taboo. And it's not up to us, and this is coming from a person who comes from a country that has had institutionalized censorship. It's not up to us to do previous censorship and say what can be written, what can be written, how can, like, we can only do criticism after the thing has been written. And if deemed harmful, we can then do criticism to push it away, which takes me to my second point. Because I can't sit here and say people should not write bully romances because I particularly do not like them. I can't do that. What I can do is sit here and read the book and say this book is not good. And it's not because I don't particularly like the kind and the genre, it's because it's objectively not good. Zodiac Academy became the talk of book talk mostly because of controversy surrounding toxic positivity. The idea that you can't say that a book is bad or give it 0 stars because then you might driving away fans and then you might be bullying the author, yada, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, if anything, I was bullied by the terrible writing in this book. Because free speech means that you can write whatever the hell you want, and that's great, but it also means that I can say whatever the hell I want to say about it. I can say, listen, I know that bully romances aren't my cup of tea, but this book is objectively not good. There is no plot, it's tropey, the characters are flat, there is just bullying scene after bullying scene, and then suddenly it's all okay because the guys are hot. And it's just so fucking infuriating to see that a book like this can get the tracking and the traction that it did because it plays on something that book talk, and the more I read book talk books, the more I find myself more convinced of this. Book talk doesn't want to read books, book talk want to read tropes. And if that's the case, may I suggest you guys stick with fan fiction? Because tropes are good things to describe books after they're done, but writing a book with a trope in mind makes it your story is just tropey. And this is a problem with, I've been reading a lot of Kindle Unlimited books because I need to turn off my brain. But this is a problem with many Kindle Unlimited books and many of the books that become viral on TikTok because they are just there to like do check marks on like things that a book needs to have and not necessarily to create a cohesive story. And I feel like that is what's causing the harm on book talk books. And I really want to understand because it feels like it is so because book talk is the type of stuff that pushes forward this instant gratification sort of behavior. And books like this are meant to fulfill this sense of instant gratification. But a good book is not necessarily a book that is going to give you instant gratification. There has to be a whole building behind it. And I feel like authors are just, I don't know, man. It just, you write fan fiction for the instant gratification of it. And I feel like authors are sort of blurring the line between the fan fiction and books in not a good way, especially those that get famous on TikTok. But anyway, I have the right as a reader to point something that is not good because the author has the right to write what they want to write, and the two of them go together. If the author has the right to write things that they think are interesting, I have the right to read that and say, actually, that's not as interesting as you think. Because that's free speech. Free speech is always a two-way street. It means that I can say something and people will disagree. Does it mean that I have to take abuse? No. But if you're just pointing out the ways and the reasons why you didn't like a certain material, that doesn't make you a bad person. That makes you a reviewer. And this is what Rachel always says. Like, if you go to a restaurant and you're served shit, you don't need to be a chef to know that you're being served shit. You can just be aware because of a person who consumes food. You know that that is not good food. You know that that is shit. It's the same thing with a book. I don't have to be a writer to know that I am reading a material that is not good, a material that was not thought out, a material that is meant to engage the reader by ticking off a series of boxes of tropes that people want to see in books, but not necessarily creating a cohesive narrative. And there's like, and also this toxic positivity of book talk of being like, oh, we can talk badly about books because the author works so hard on it. And not to be a person who quotes Coldplay at people, but sometimes you do try your best and you don't succeed. What you put out, what you produce, is not necessarily directly related to the effort that you put it in. Sometimes there is a measure of talent and luck as well. And it's like, not like, I'm sorry if you worked hard on the thing. Like, I have nothing else to say. I'm sorry if you worked hard on the thing. It's still shit. I don't know what else I have to say about it. Like, do you think that this is a good piece of writing? Wait a second. The music was familiar, and I wondered why they listened to human tunes. Maybe Faye had no songwriting skills, or perhaps Miley Cyrus was part Faye too. Whatever the reason, I was more than happy to lose myself to something familiar for a change. Dancing on a Friday night seemed to transcend the mortal Faye divide, and that was just fine by me. They went clubbing, it was playing Miley Cyrus. That's like, it's a mirror world just when it suits the needs of the author. That's just it. It's just so fucking ridiculous. Anyway, it took two people to write this book. You get what I'm saying? It took two people to write this book. Two whole ass human beings to write this book. To write Faye Miley Cyrus. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, ZODIAC Academy, it's a flunk. It's bad. It's not good. I do not recommend it. And my answer to the TikTok girlies question continues to be no, they're not fucking okay. In fact, I am very concerned about the reading skills of people who read TikTok books that become famous on TikTok. Because holy fucking shit. Anyways, if you like this video, consider buying me a coffee on Ko-fi. You can also find information for commissioning me to review, beta, or sensitive read your books in Ko-fi as well. Or you can join my Patreon, where you can get early access to videos, my Discord, and other fun things like cat pictures. But yeah, this was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!